or so on a hot summer day. Coffee comes back in a nerve-wracking way. The dishes and laundry take the garbage out. What a day, what a day, what a day. Kids got their quizzes and I've got a date.
Surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be, oh yes they are. Take my hand, take my whole life too. But I can't help falling in love with you. But I can't help falling in love with you. Thank you.
Right here, we're going to be, we got a great lineup coming up today. You've just heard that we've got our band here. We've got Lisa Lambert and the Time Benders Combo. And we're going to find out more about them and what they're doing. And then we're going to be talking with Joe Fava and talk about the big event that's coming up at Civic Players. We'll also be talking about the Iroquois Museum, and then we're going to be talking about Class Afloat, and we're talking about the Brouhaha, Guitars and Guffaws. Oh my gosh, we got so much going on, the Proctor's Historical, and then when we get back, we will be talking, and you'll see the video that we have for our breaks is at a powwow that I went to up in Canada, so that was kind of cool. But right now I'm going to go to the band and find out a little bit more about them and what they're doing. And I got Lisa here. Lisa, hey, you're the band leader of the band?
Yes, I'm the leader of the band.
Okay, good. Tell me a little bit about this wonderful combo you have put together.
Well, we started a long time ago as Time Benders, and we were a sextet, and then we went down to a quartet, and it was a little bit more country rock. And now I'm writing songs, and the next one that we're going to play is songwriting. But we've been playing together for about a year or two.
Okay, hi. Hi, you guys.
This is Norm Ainsley, our
Hey,
drummer.
Norm. Hey, Norm.
John Slovacek, our new keyboard
Hi,
player.
hi.
So he's
Nice
been
to
with
meet
us
you,
about a
John.
year.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of fun together.
Yeah, and you've got a couple of events coming up as well.
Yes, as a matter of fact, the first one is in September on the 28th at Singles Outreach
Yeah.
Society. We're going to be playing from 7 to 9,
Right.
and it's cabaret.
It's open to the public.
Yes, it is, and it's a great place to play.
Yeah.
And that's our warm-up for the next gig in October. The 12th is on a Friday night. It's a variety show with a few other bands. That's at Pinhead Susan's.
This is cool. You're keeping busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I love to hear you guys. You're doing some really nice music.
Yeah.
Norm, you play with a few other. You play with Kitchen Jazz Band. Kitchen Jazz Band. Yeah, I know that too. I've seen you there too. So you're going to play another song, and this is going to be the one that
This
you.
is called Stay, and it is an original song about my sister who went away when I was young. I'm the youngest of 5. And when she went off to college and was a hippie and went off to California, you know, I realized later in life that I missed her. So this is a miss you song, but it could be a love song, but this is really about my sister Laura.
Okay, well, whoever it's for, I'm sure it will touch somebody's heart for someone in their life. We're going to have them play. Just to let you all know, they'll play, and then when I come back, I'm going to be talking with Joe Fava and Jean Rene, right? Moray?
Yes.
I got it right. Okay, good. And we're going to be talking about the Black Theater Troupe of upstate New York and their productions coming up. Stay tuned and take it away, Lisa.
Okay, thank you.
Like a balloon that slips from an innocent child's finger. She didn't know how tight she had to hold. Millions of balloons making that rainbow in its gray. But she wanted it to stay, begging you to stay. Of course you know that I will stay. I'm asking you please to stay. La, 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 la. La, 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 Six-string tightly packed, you head to California. Too young to remember how tight she had to hold. She watched as humankind fought for peace and freedom, but she wanted them to stay. Oh, won't you stay? Oh, won't you stay? You know that I will stay. I'm asking you please to stay. So I will let go of the time you walked away. I want you to stay. Can I make it through
Right now, I'm walking right over to meet with Joe Fava. Come on over, guys, and let's talk about what's going on over at the Schenectady Civic Players. What a great place that is with a new elevator.
Right, with our new expansion, we're all air conditioned. So if you're hot this weekend, come down to the theater with our $1 million expansion. You know, you've been there.
I have,
And I want Raymond to talk about the Black Theater Group. But we're very excited now. We're going to be going over the summer and next
Because
year.
you're air conditioned.
Because we never could use the theater in the summer, and we do have the best theater in the area. We really do.
It is. I love
It's
it.
fabulous.
Got great seats
We're
too.
glad to have this young man with us now. So go ahead.
Okay, well, come on over here. Why don't you switch places here? So you are a director.
Yeah, I directed the 2 shows coming up, and but I'm the founder and the artistic director of the theater.
And you changed the name.
We recently changed the name about 2 months ago. We used to be Soul Rebel Performance Troupe. Yes, and then we recently changed it to Black Theater Troupe of Upstate New York.
Wonderful. And so do you write the plays? Who writes the plays?
No, I don't. I do some writing, but the plays that we do are usually from black published writers. We've done Fences and
Oh, that's a wonderful play.
yeah, we've done a lot of plays written by popular black playwright and local playwright too.
Well, it helps to highlight the talent that's out there.
Right, exactly. So which is the reason why we formed this troupe. We're trying to bring more minorities on the local stage. So we work with new actors. You don't have to have experience. I talk to people every day and we train you. So, and then we get you on stage, not just with our group, but we're trying to train new actors and of colors for the local community.
Well, one of the lovely things that was done was by Patrick White when he did the play,
Yes.
and he just went with
All black actors.
yeah.
Yep, that was a great thing. That was the first, and I'm glad that we are able to do things like that right now. Because when I started 10 years ago, when I formed this group, I probably was one of 3 black actors. So now that Patrick White can do things like this, I'm not taking
We
over
got to
the
think
credit.
out of the box.
Exactly. Yeah. And yeah.
Tell
So.
about the shows we're doing, the 2 shows.
Joe Favor invited us to come and do something at his theater, the Schenectady Civic. We're doing Harriet Tubman Visit a Therapist. It's not a comedy.
I just wondered where that's going.
And a Medal of Honor rag. It's about a black veteran from Vietnam. Everything he went through fighting in Vietnam, so he comes home, he's in a military hospital seeing a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist himself has issue because he's used to be in the concentration camp telling his story.
Okay, so this has got a lot of interaction.
Yeah, it's very, very
We're
intense and
also going to be
powerful.
doing a talk back afterwards, which I think should be interesting. So the audience can talk to the actors, and the actors can talk to the audience, about the black experience, the whole plays and everything. So I think that I'm excited about. I think,
And we need to get the kind of open up the
and we're also going to have a little reception afterwards too.
both nights.
Both nights, yes.
Great. It's the 20th. We're squeezing you in, so I'm going to go. The 20th and 21st. Go see it. It's the Schenectady Civic Players. Not a bad seat in the house,
Free.
and it's free.
Oh, it's free, yeah. Pay what you will.
Right,
Free.
yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
All right. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for inviting us here.
Right. And now we're going to swing right over here. We're going to be talking with the group from House Cave, House Cave, I guess, is the area. But we're talking about the Iroquois Museum. So I'm going to scoot right over here. And here you are. Ta-da! Boy, what a miracle that was. A nice transition. And now I have Colette. I'm going to switch mics just to let you know, guys. I'm putting on my mic on now, so hopefully it's going to be in the right place. So we have Colette with us, and we have, get the information here. You're located in House Cave without the apostrophe. And I have Alicia and Colette with me, and we're going to be talking about your exhibition, and we've got some great photos. Thank you for sending those photos.
Thank you.
You have 2 exhibitions plus a number of other things that are coming up as well. But one is your dolls, and the other is the I don't know, what do you call that? Teepees, totems, and I just heard recently that when way back when they ordered all the totems to be destroyed because they felt that it was part of the religious thing, or I don't know. I mean, there's so many things that have impinged on the culture, and we need to talk about that.
So we do have,
Go.
that's my slide. Yeah, we do have 2 exhibitions up right now. One is as you mentioned, it's Tonto, as in the Lone Ranger, teepees and totem poles, and it basically is considering Native American stereotypes in the 21st century. So we are looking at both the stereotypes that I grew up with, that you grew up with.
Yeah, we grew up with them.
And then how how that was presented through toys, through movies, and then bringing it right up to today and looking at the past, 21st century and what has been left behind. And of course, a lot of the stereotypes we grew up with are completely gone, and they've gone kind of underground. But new ones are always replacing them, and so we were looking at that. We also asked First Nations artists, Iroquois, Haudenosaunee, and other First Nations artists to create artistic responses to this issue of stereotyping, not only from the outside, but interestingly enough, what's being perpetuated within Native communities that actually plays into that stereotype. And some of the artists took a really hard, honest look at that. So that's an interesting exhibition. There's also an area where our visitors are invited to add sticky notes to a poster, this fabulous poster that Alicia designed that is now covered up with fluorescent sticky notes. But we've asked people to, certainly stereotyping is not exclusive to Native Americans. They may have the broadest number of types of stereotypes that have been applied to their cultures, but everybody has experienced it at some point or pushed it out there themselves. And so there is this entire dialogue that's going on with sticky notes.
I think it's great that we're bringing it to the front. I think what happened was when the book came out, Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee, and also Little Big Man, you started to see a different view.
Yep.
And what happened was, I mean, when I was growing up, it was like, I was split cowboys and Indians, you be the bad guys and stuff. But when you look back at what we, as I say we, I didn't do it personally, but what we as a nation, I don't even know how to say this because they were the Europeans that came here and decided it was all theirs. But you're curating some of this as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think as a younger person, I might have a little bit of a different perspective, not necessarily growing up with the cowboy and Indians trope, but I think, at Coachella and all these big music festivals, you see the big headdresses, and also I think there's a co-opting of Native American wisdom, which you can't boil down all these different tribes into one sole entity, but yet I see it so many times that Native Americans are now kind of being revered and lionized in a way that is false and groups them as one entity instead of recognizing the diversity of the 500 something
when
tribes.
you look at the different tribes, and each tribe is different because there's some that were more agrarian and some that were more moved around a lot, so when we look at the different ones, think about Europe. I mean, if you look at the different countries in Europe, you can't say every European is the same because they're different. It's the same with the Native Americans. They have different customs, different skills, different crafts, and we really need to recognize these as individual groups.
Yeah, that is really that idea of the diversity within these nations was what we decided to use as a jumping off point for the other exhibition that we have, which is in our interactive level, which is really geared towards families and kids. It's like, how do you translate the concept of stereotypes down to a kid level? And what we decided was to take just that idea of not all Native people are not the same. And we did it through dolls. We have the
let's look at some of the pictures that are coming up.
Yeah, this is the upstairs. This is part of the Tonto teepees and totem poles. And this is some images from the lower level, which is showing dolls, handmade dolls from various nations, from the Arctic areas to the southeast with the Seminole and Cherokee. The materials are different.
Are those native made?
All of them, yes. Yeah. And so those are, and they're really fun. I mean, the materials are just really interesting.
And the beading, and they
themselves,
do the beading on some of them, yeah.
and what they express. So this is a few images from our upcoming programs. But I did bring you this. This is a
Oh, look at that.
handmade no-face cornhusk doll.
The
That,
corn husk dolls they used
but
to
it
use
is,
a lot.
but
yeah.
it's just we made it into you as a thank
That's
you.
me. Oh, with my white hair. Malcolm, did you see that? It's not. I don't wear a wig. Malcolm's always accusing me of wearing a wig. Well, thank you. That is just
We
the
just always
sweetest
do. We
thing.
just- we just
That
always-
is the and I wore
I,
red too.
I noticed.
Is that the?
I did
coolest
my
thing?
research before we
I'm
did.
going to take a photo of that. I'll take a photo of that and put that on my Facebook page. How cool is that? I do want to encourage people to go because it's been a wonderful experience whenever I have gone there and seen the exhibitions. And it's kind of like I kind of feel as though, I shouldn't say this, I always feel like I'm in a church, sort of. You know, it becomes spiritual when you go in and you see pictures and you see the paintings and you see another life.
Yeah. The architecture, the physical space of the museum really lends itself to that. The artwork is magnificent. The space is very open and airy. It's not, a dark,
No,
you
it's
know,
very,
dusty sort
is
of
the mural,
museum.
Now, last year you were working on a mural.
Yeah, we
Is
had
that
an
still
artist
there?
in residence. The mural is permanent. The artist, unfortunately, has gone home.
Yeah.
We miss him.
We
Jay-
miss him very
Jay
much.
Havens.
Yep.
He was great. But he painted a beautiful mural, and we'd love for people to come and enjoy it.
So I'm looking there. Tano, teepees. Well, now what? Teepees isn't stereotype, is it? I mean,
Well, I think people have a common misconception that all Native Americans live in teepees. And when you think of Native American,
see, now that's what I would have thought.
And totem poles.
it's like when you think Native American, you think feather headdress, teepees, and totem poles, which are vastly from different
they
tribes
didn't
in
do
different
that?
areas. So, yeah, so that's why we named it
See,
that.
now I thought teepees were, or
Yeah.
wigwams. What do they call them?
Well, they're very different.
Okay,
Teepees
see?
are skin structures with poles that could be collapsed. They
And
are,
moved,
you know,
and
what the
moved
one,
when they-
exactly. They could be
The
moved around. They
plains.
were really plains Native people, as is the full feather headdress, which everyone associates with Native Americans. The
The teepees
The
are
totem poles,
northwestern United States. That's
Because they
where
were
you-
plains.
Where you
totem poles.
the totem poles
Okay,
are from
totem
the
pole.
northwest.
Okay.
So you would never see a
You
Native
wouldn't see them
American with a totem pole
Here.
and in a teepee.
Yeah.
No, oh, definitely not here. No, that's
See, I mean,
bananas.
this is the kind of stuff you learn. And what's not to learn about? I mean, we are visitors
You know,
to their land. I mean, we really are. I mean, we've kind of taken it over, but it was really their land in the beginning.
Oh,
and they
absolutely.
were, and they just didn't realize what was happening. I don't think.
no, it's too late to turn back now. you
Can't
know.
turn back now.
well,
but
smallpox and firearms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really the fire water and all the stuff that
Yeah.
you see in the movies. That
But the beauty of the museum and what we really celebrate at the museum is the living culture as it exists today, not a romanticized version of the past. And we have lots of living representation. We have, and which is what we have coming up for the next couple of months, is bringing people to share their culture as they live and breathe it every day, their language, their artistic expressions.
and when are you open so that people can get there and see us?
So we are open Tuesdays through Saturdays. So the only day we're not open
Is Monday.
Is Monday.
Okay, just like the theater.
Yeah,
they
and
close on
you
Mondays.
can visit us from 10 to 5.
Are you having any powwows coming up or any?
So about the
Celebrations?
word
Take it away.
powwow. So it's a
Is
common,
that not a good word?
Well, powwows refer to a very specific kind of
Because
gathering.
I've been to a number of powwows in the Midwest.
Yeah,
and
so
okay,
powwows are definitely a thing, but usually a powwow there's money involved and it's competitive.
Yeah, the dancing
dancing.
is because I've seen there. I've been there.
So we
Done that.
are hosting singers and dancers, but
Okay.
it's not competitive. It's
Okay.
social dancing,
Okay.
where everyone is invited to participate, from young people to elders to people outside of the culture. So yeah, we have a lot of upcoming weekend events. Almost every single weekend, we are having an event either with dancers or singers or
Bring
storytellers.
your family and go and experience it. It really is a wonderful experience. And the drumming, when they do the drummers, it's just wonderful because I was there when they did the circle drumming and stuff. So please check it out. And as a matter of fact, I went to a powwow. It was a powwow up in Montreal, Canada, and it was huge, and it was competitive.
Yeah.
So I do have some video of that, so people can kind of see what a powwow looks like. And of course, it depends on what groups you're with. You know, there's a number of different tribes that. Is it nations that do the powwow, right?
I mean, basically, a powwow is kind of pan-Indian. So the dances that are done at a powwow, any indigenous person will do them. And you could like shawl dance and jingle dress dance. And it's particular dances, but they are shared among various nations where at the museum, we're focusing specifically on dances that you would pretty much only see being done in a Haudenosaunee or Iroquois community. And as Alicia said, they're for fun. They're not competitive. I mean, there's a little bit of good-natured competitiveness between the young guys, but it's not.
I think it's amazing.
money-based.
I've been to the Potawatomi powwow too, and they're just wonderful to go to. So please go to the museum first, learn about it, find out maybe where you can see one of the big events, but go and experience small events that they have, smaller events, and bring your kids. Let them see them at grassroots, right?
Yeah, we have a great group coming this Saturday, which is just a couple days away from Akwesasne, and they are really young men, primarily very passionate about their culture.
And that's this coming
real
weekend?
true educators, yes.
Great.
Yeah.
So check it out. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be looking at the powwow that I went to up in Canada. And when we come back, we're going to talk about Class Afloat. What is Class Afloat? You're going to find out. Just stay tuned, because we have 3 of the people that are, 1 has experienced it and 2 are going to. So stay tuned.
Costator, Wade Cost, are you there? Wade, head dancer, come over here.
Not even moving.
back again. And Chris, there you are, back there.
Thank
Chris
you. It's a pleasure to be
Trout,
here.
He's the chairman of the Class Afloat USA, right?
Yes.
And what an amazing program this is. And you brought Sky with you, right? And
Yes.
Sky's been on the trip.
Yeah, so I've been on your show now. I think this will be perhaps the 6th time I've
Yeah,
been
I
on
think
your
you
show.
started about 8 years ago. I
Yeah,
think it
so
was, yeah.
2013, 2014 year, and so there's been 5 students who've gone on the ship in that time period, and so we got 2 more here. So Sky has just returned from the ship. She got off the ship in May, and Nairi and Dominique will be going on the ship in September. I bought the airplane tickets already, so
Whoa, how cool.
and it's very exciting. So
Well, let's go over to Sky and
Yeah.
find out about her experience.
yes.
I just took myself to my.
sailing ship that sails across the Atlantic, and I'll let you talk about it.
Yeah, and where did you go? What route did you take? I guess is what I'd like to ask.
Well, we started in Amsterdam, so Europe.
Not Amsterdam here.
No,
but in the Netherlands.
Netherlands,
right?
yeah. So we went around Europe a bit. Then we went down to Africa. We went to Morocco, Senegal. We went to South America, Brazil.
Oh my gosh, you really saw the world.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was amazing.
And you learned besides.
Yeah, we were learning sailing. You also take courses. You could take high school or college courses, and then those credits you could transfer to whatever school you're going to the year after. I took marine biology, which was really amazing. Like you're out
You
there
were
on
right
the
there.
ocean.
You might as well.
See dolphins every day. You see whales, sharks sometimes. It's amazing.
And did you meet people from other countries?
Oh yeah, I have some of my best friends in the world. Wherever I go, I know I have a place to stay. I have one of my best friends that lives in France. I have friends in
Look
Germany.
what these guys are gonna go into. And are you guys excited?
Absolutely. Very excited.
Honestly, so tell me, Dominique, what did your family think when you said, "I'd like to do this," and see ya?
They were way more confident than me. When I first heard of the opportunity, I was 9 months away from you guys on a boat. I was nervous, and I told my mom and my dad, and they're like, "You're never gonna get this opportunity again." And it opened my eyes, and I'm like, I should do this.
So it's gonna be exciting.
I'm very excited.
Naira, how about you?
Just as Dom was saying, my mother, she's like, you're gonna go on this ship. She's like, you're gonna get everything done. I was pretty nervous because me and my mom are like 2 peas in a pod. So I'm absolutely excited. I cannot wait.
You're gonna be gone for 9 months.
Yes, and actually I'm gonna be doing a blog. And it's
you're
gonna
gonna
be
blog. Oh,
on
that's
my
wonderful.
Instagram account. Also, and it's going to be published on Times Union.
Oh, cool. This is wonderful. And what courses do you plan on taking?
I want to take astronomy and astrology.
Oh, that's a wonderful. Astronomy's great. And how about you?
I'm taking astronomy as well.
Yeah, astronomy. I mean, because you're going to be out there, you're going to see the sky like no one has ever seen it. Well, not no one, but not like what we experience because there's so much ambient light here. We don't see the sky the way you're going to see it on the water, the open water.
Yeah, it's one of the things I'm most excited for is the view of the stars and the planet.
Yeah. Are you going to learn another language, or how are you doing?
I've been taking Spanish for 5 years now,
Oh, so you have
So I want to
some-
pursue that and continue in college.
Okay, and how about you?
I want to expand because
You're going to meet people who speak other languages.
Yeah, I took Spanish, but I also want to take French as well.
Yeah, French is a good language to learn too. Chris, I can't thank you enough for doing what you're doing for these kids. This is just an amazing program, and the fact that you're opening them up to so many other experiences is just amazing.
Well, it's certainly an adventure for all of us, and I'm enjoying it very much. I mean, I get to sort of be their parents for a period of time. I don't have to put up with the same stuff their mothers put up with, right?
Yeah.
But I get to see them at a good time when we travel, and it's a wonderful experience for them, and it's a great experience, quite frankly, for me as well.
Have you ever been on the ship?
Only when it's tied to the dock.
Okay.
But maybe one brief sail in the harbor. That was about it. No, I'm not. I have never been on it to go to school. It's been around for 30 years, though.
I
And
know
actually, a couple of years ago, there were 2 students on the ship whose parents had been on the ship in 1984. So
Oh my
that was
God.
pretty exciting meeting them. And
So it comes out of the Netherlands, right?
well, the school is a Canadian school.
Canadian,
school, class afloat, and it's based in Nova Scotia.
That's right, I knew that.
And these young ladies will all be registered as students of Acadia University in Nova Scotia. So they're university students there.
Yeah.
And it's a distance learning program while they're on the ship. So they check in with their professors. They take their materials with them, and they check in with their professors when they get into a port, that kind of stuff. And but there will also be high school students on the ship too. So it's one big happy family. There's somewhere around 50, 55 students.
And
so it's also very crowded.
And the idea of meeting other kids from different, I mean, because you kind of been in your school, so you know all your kids and that's it. But now you're going to be dropped into a new environment, which is going to be very exciting. Chris, thank you so much for what you're doing and bringing these wonderful students to our show. Next year, you got to do it again.
Thank you. We'll be back.
You won't be back next year, will you?
No, probably not.
But maybe they will.
We'll tell you everything about
Maybe we'll
it.
do a special show, all the alumni.
Okay, good. That would be great. Thank you all for being here. It's been a pleasure. We're going to take another quick break, and we're going back to that powwow. And when we get back, we're going to be talking to comedian Greg Adela. Stay tuned.
All right.
Okay, good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You might get this in your contest. Come on now. Practice time.
Guitars and guffaws. Brouhaha. Greg Adela,
And
great to see you.
It's good to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Oh, thanks for having me back.
You're getting
my old
around,
friend.
aren't you?
Well, you know, in some circles you don't want to say that too loud, but I am getting around.
We
Yes.
get down to New York City, you go all
Yeah.
over actually,
Oh, yeah.
and you bring in some great talent into our area, and this time
Yeah.
it's going to be in Saratoga, is that right?
That's right, yeah. So I'm bringing, you know, I've been touring my show for 12 years, the Brouhaha Comedy Showcase, and I decided to bring in the area's only comedy rock show of the summer. So I'm doing that during track season up in beautiful Saratoga, and it's happening Saturday, August 11th.
And where's Putnam Place? I'm trying to figure that one out.
So it's in between Broadway and right behind, if you're familiar with Bailey's and Ben and Jerry's, it's Putnam Place is a little street that's snug right in
It's a
in
street.
between. That's correct.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I
Yep.
thought maybe it was like a center or something.
No. It's a very small little street.
Okay.
And it's a beautiful
Hey,
venue.
listen, that's how Cafe Lena got started, that little place up there.
That's
so,
right.
yeah.
Oh, this venue's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
just refurbished and it holds 600. Yeah, so it's a nice place, and I'm really excited about it.
We got your poster up there.
Oh, do you? Oh, look at that. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm bringing up my friend Mike Vecchione, who just appeared on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon last month. He's been on Conan, Comedy Central. He's had his own half-hour Comedy Central special.
Wow.
And NBC's Last Comic Standing, and my friend Sarah Tolomash from the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. And of course, the musical guests are the Power Rock Trio Super 400.
Wonderful.
So it's really great. One, the admission price gets you both. The comedy is 8 o'clock. The band comes on at 10. The whole night is 8 to 11:30. Super excited
So you can
about
go
it.
to the track,
That's right.
you know, save $20. Keep
Save
that in your pocket.
That's right. Keep 20 for the show.
Keep 20 for the show.
That's right. And have a few drinks and then come over to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. I'm excited.
How many will it hold? I mean,
We're setting the comedy
limited?
show up for 150.
Okay.
And that because of the tables, and those will be cleared, and then it's open
for dancing.
for the band. Yeah, that's
Oh,
correct.
yeah.
So
Cool.
I'm really excited about it.
How long does it take you to put a show like that together?
I started planning that 3 months ago,
Uh-huh.
3.5 months ago.
Okay.
And I really am truly excited about it. It's nothing like this is going on in the Capital District for the summer, so I'm really excited. And to be in Saratoga in August in the
It is
track.
such a cool place to
It
be,
is,
isn't it?
isn't it?
Such a cool. What is it? Saratoga's the place to be.
It used
The
to be the August place to be,
Yeah,
right? Now it's what, the summer place to be?
The summer
now
place.
they're getting an almost year-round place
Yeah,
to be. So
yeah.
it's really good to see up there.
Well, but it's happening here in Schenectady too.
That's
My
right.
golly, we have so much going on. You know, I send out a weekly update, which I think you may have gotten
I'm
a
on
copy. But the amazing thing, I had 44 free events just this week.
I saw that. Yeah, that's fantastic. It's really, there's so much, there really is a lot.
44 free events.
Every time I travel in the country, I always look back at the Capital District, and there's so much really great talent and shows that, and if anyone ever says they're bored or nothing to do, then it's their problem.
Well, you and I know.
That's
I mean,
right, because
yeah.
we're always busy doing something.
Yeah.
So it's, oh, by the way, I have to digress. My father says hello.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was going to come here this morning
He's
with me.
celebrating 75 years in business.
The
is that
business Quail Auto Sales in Albany is celebrating 75 years this year. So, yeah.
amazing? Your dad is amazing.
Thank you.
He always gives me that $2 bill.
That's right, for good luck, which he did. You know, I've been friends with Fallon for a number of years, and I brought him down with me last
Is
September.
Fallon from this area?
He's originally from Saugerties, but he went to St. Rose
Okay.
in Albany. And I'd met him in 2000 when he was still on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Through a couple mutual friends. so-
Interesting, because I saw Fallon's Pharmacy, and I wondered if that was the same family.
No,
Probably not.
No, they're not related. I asked the same question.
You
too.
did. Okay, good.
When I met
Excuse
that-
us while we chat.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, everybody. Yeah. But no, my father sends his best and
Yeah.
everything of that nature. So and it's always good to see you. I haven't seen you in
Well,
I
I
think
think
since
that
we did the
1000th
1000th show here at Proctor's.
He was my
And
co-host for the 1000th show. We
Yeah.
had such a hoot.
that was a great morning, and we had live.
It was crazy.
it was so. It was
The
bonkers.
llama
It was a circus.
comes out. We had a stripper.
There was a stripper, there was music, there was live animals. I didn't know what was going on. It was crazy. It was fantastic, though. That was such a great morning.
We had such a great
That was
time,
a
and I
lot of
thank
fun.
Proctor's for that because they were very helpful in allowing us to put this amazing
Sure.
2 bands and stuff. It was a circus.
I was running around all
Oh,
over.
we
it.
did
I
have
had
a
to
guy
be-
from the circus.
That's right, we did. What was he doing? He was doing.
That was
doing
Aaron.
magic?
Yeah, he was doing
Or the
juggling
juggling
and
and
stuff.
stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
that was
so.
great. What a-
Marquis is
Yes,
name.
yes,
Aaron,
yes,
yeah,
yes. Good
yeah.
call.
Well, anyways, we
Yeah,
digress.
that's okay.
But we want people to get tickets to your place.
Yes.
It's only $20,
Only
not
$20,
bad.
yep. You can go to-
Saratoga. What's the date?
It's Saturday, August 11th. Showtime's 8 p.m. You can go to putnamplace.com, or you can visit my website, and it's linked
What
there.
time do the doors open if they want to go early? Get a good
6:30.
seat. 6:30.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah.
Show starts at 8.
That's
Gives
correct.
you plenty of time to. Do they serve food there?
They do not serve food.
Okay.
No, it's just all
drink,
liquid.
just enjoy.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a good group there.
Yeah,
won't you?
right, exactly. But I am looking forward to it, and thanks as always for having me on.
Yeah, always. So, well, say hi to your dad.
I'll
We're
do
going to
that.
take a quick break, though. We're going to talk about Proctor's Historical Committee and what they're up to with volunteers. But, Greg, it's always great to see you,
Thanks,
and
Ann.
I
Good to
wish
see
you
you.
lots of luck. I might try and get up there.
You're on the guest list if you'd like to come
Okay,
up.
good. I'll be
100%.
up. Good. We'll see you.
I'll see you.
Okay, good. We're taking a quick break, and I just lost my mic. We're taking a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking with Jan about Proctor's Historical and how you can volunteer. Stay tuned.
Flight, stand by. Hey, are we going to take a break here, or are we going to go right into it? Right into it, okay.
You gotta
I mean, think about that powwow. Holy moly, that was so much fun.
Yes.
But we're not talking about powwows at Proctor's, although that could be an alliteration. I'm not
Yes,
sure.
powwows at Proctor's, yeah, that are powerful. Yes. Yeah, we're just talking about, I talk to you as a member of Proctor's Historical Committee. And what I want to do today is just remind people, number one, there are new things all the time at Proctor's. I mean, we're sitting in the Addy Theater,
Yeah, we're
you
in
know,
the
a
Addy.
year ago.
Well, it didn't exist.
It didn't exist.
And I pulled that up off the thing.
Yes.
Is that cool?
Yes.
That was one of the original
documents
yeah.
that were here. Yes, the original programs. And so there's new stuff all the time. You know, we having new seats. A new
I
thing.
know, is that amazing? I saw that. I sat in the one.
Oh,
I
yes.
sat. Yeah, there was one over in
Yes.
the Fenimore Gallery, and
Right.
I sat on
and
it.
you-
Yeah.
And so they should be nice and comfortable. And they're working on the problem with all the little plates on the previous
take care of
ones.
that, yeah.
They'll take, it's going to be an art display.
Yeah, that's
and
what I heard.
then, I mean, who knew that Proctor's would have a garage sale?
I went to it.
Yes, I,
went
did
to
too.
it.
And I bought two big paintings. One of them was Arthur.
I saw them
And-
against the wall.
Yes, and if nothing else, I use them for the frames.
Okay.
But I mean, buying a piece of history. But one of the reasons there are pieces of history and the acknowledgement of what is the history of Proctor's is because we have a group of people, a committee of volunteers who are willing to spend some time to gather
And they're
that.
doing oral history as well.
And they do the oral history. And so that's one of the things, two things I'd like to just mention about the committee. Number one, our committee looks for members because when we have a big show, as you know, we have a big show at Proctor's, we need someone, docents, to open up the museum
talk about the
because there
museum.
is a museum on the second
It's
floor
small,
of Proctor's.
small, but it works.
But it's interesting, a little bit of the history of the
But
building.
not only that, but you've expanded into because I walked in the arcade,
All right.
and I love those exhibits that you put up
Oh,
there.
yes, yes. And of course, so part of our job is to remind people of the history, and sometimes it is focused on a person. Like right now, our exhibit is the local people, and you were talking about Greg and things like this, who are local and make it big. And so some of that we were showcasing in our museum right now.
Right, yeah.
But you have to have people that organize that and know that you have that information. So in this summer, in fact, in this coming month or so, we'll be thinking, what do we want to do? What is Proctor's as the theater doing? Do we have supportive shows? Like when we do Wicked, we've got all
yeah.
the dolls. When we do some other shows, we have the dolls. But the other thing you mentioned was the oral history.
Oral history.
If
You do that
someone
videos.
out there knows someone who's had a connection with Proctor's, and you think it would be very interesting to get it recorded. So we want the people from the beginning of Proctor's who helped to maintain it.
It could be you
And
may
present
not
day.
Even, maybe you worked there.
Absolutely.
And can
you were
remember.
yes, maybe you were doing the
Blackstone show or something.
Yeah, the refreshments, or maybe you were doing it, ushering at some of the early shows. You know, contact us. You have a contact for
Yeah,
Audrey
yeah.
Hughes, who is our chairperson, and that's the kind of thing. And again, if you're going through your attics and cellars, hopefully not cellars,
That's
because
how
they
they
tend to get
found.
napped.
That's how they found one of the programs. or something.
Absolutely.
It was in the
People
bottom of a
going
box.
through things. So if you've lived in Schenectady or somebody you know and you're going through things and it has to do with Proctor's, let us be the judge before you throw it away. So we're always collecting people and stuff.
Good. So that's Jan telling you all about it. She comes on every month to talk about different areas of Proctor's. And you know, Jan, we have a band coming up, so we're going to bring
I
that band
know,
up.
we
so we're gonna,
are.
But while the
And they're
band is
good.
getting ready, here, I need to tell you who's coming up next. And don't go anywhere. Who's coming up next week. We have another band next week. You know, I have to say, give a shout out for Jan because she actually works as my technical director, and I had to pull her off to come on the show. We're going to be talking about the Lake George Music Festival. What an event that is. We're going to be talking about the Steinmetz Memorial Lecture and also the Vita Summer Meals Program. So thanks, Jan, and let me take your mic off, and I'll let you get off the
Absolutely.
set,
We'll
and
go
I will get off the
ready
set
to
as well.
clean it off.
Yeah, if you grab that chair, I'll just take care of this. And we're bringing back Lisa Lambert and the Time Benders combo.
All right, boys, line up.
Okay, and we're closing out the show today with Lisa and the Time Benders combo. And remember, you can see them at Singles Outreach on the 28th of September. And you can also see them on October, what's the date? 12th at the Pinhead Susan's. So check them out. You'll see them in other areas too. And I'm Ann Perillo, and you're watching Schenectady Today in and around the Capital Region. Have a great week, guys. But here, we're going to wrap it up with the Time Benders.
Come away with me tonight. Come away with me and I'll write you a song. try to come away with me, and we'll kiss on a mountaintop. Come away with me, and I'll never stop loving you. I wanna wake up with the rain falling on a tin roof, while I'm safe there in your arms. So all I ask is for you to come away with me in the night. Come away with me. We got one more. We're going to play Blue Bayou. Ready, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel so bad, I got a worry mind. I'm so lonesome all of the time, since I left my baby behind on Blue Bayou. Saving nickels, saving dimes, working till the sun don't shine, looking forward to happier times on Blue Bayou. I'm going back someday, come what may, to Blue Bayou, where the folks are fine and the world is mine on Blue Bayou, where those fishing boats with their sails afloat. If I could only see that familiar sunrise through sleepy eyes, how happy I'd be. I'm going back someday, come what may, to Blue Bayou, where the folks are fine and the world is mine on Blue Bayou, where those fishing boats with their sails afloat. If I could only see that familiar sunrise through sleepy